about 6:15 here in the morning. Wind's been blowing just a little bit. I'm going to go out here and start loading up the bike and hit the road here shortly.
So I just stopped across the street there at the gas station. I went ahead and topped off the tank. I had well over half a tank, but with the mileage I'm traveling today, I just wanted to go ahead and have it topped off. And then I should only have to fill up once today along the way, and then I ought to be able to make it into Grande Prairie this evening on that tank. So I don't know if you guys could tell, I'm actually headed in the wrong direction of where I need to be going today. There has been something sorely missing from this video series since the start, and I'm going to try to rectify that this morning. I tried to fix that last night, but I didn't have much luck. So I'm going to go down the road. It's only about 5-6 miles out of the way, and I'm kind of up before everyone else is anyway. It's before 7 o'clock here. It's about 6:50, so I think I can still beat most of the traffic out of town, and I'm guessing most of it's coming in from the western side where I am anyway, and I'm going to be headed the opposite direction. So I'm showing 64 degrees this morning. We've got some light winds. I just watched the weather. There's a chance of some isolated storms later in the day, isolated showers through places I'll be traveling, but you know, the chance is about 50-50, so we'll see. I can't really complain about the weather aside from a little bit there in Missouri a few days ago. It's been great. So I'm going to ride out this nice weather as long as I can. So Kristen may not be along on this trip, but you guys didn't think I was going to get off that easy, did you? Start the counter. Alright, so we got the first mug of the trip. The Starbucks next door last night had all of the new style mugs, which I think are called You've Been Here, and Kristen is collecting some of those, but the You Are Here, I think, is the other series that she has the most of. So I had to kind of prioritize, because obviously I don't have a ton of space on the bike to be carrying all sorts of mugs, and the Starbucks last night had the 3 new ones, but didn't have the original series she collects, so that's why I ran across town, was able to pick that up. And for some reason, my GPS has decided to not turn back on after making that stop. So fortunately, my phone works pretty well up here in Canada. I've got Siri giving me directions to Banff this morning. It's really not a difficult ride today. I probably don't need GPS at all. It's just kind of nice to have a countdown and see what's coming up. So I may plug this thing into the computer later, see if we can get it rebooted. I've never really had it do this to me before. I know it's not a connection issue because I actually tried to start it up on just the battery, and I knew the battery's charged and it wouldn't start then. So whatever, that's electronics for you. That's technology. It's not always going to work. When it works, it's great. When it doesn't, well, you gotta, not that I'm going old school, I mean, I'm using an iPhone, but I've got my Rand McNally Atlas in the back. So got about an hour ride to Banff this morning. Gonna stop there, hang out a little bit, and ride up through the national park, and then head up through Jasper National Park, and then continue on my way up to Grande Prairie. Alright, so I'm coming to the entrance of the park here, but I've got to get a park pass, so let's see how this works out. Hello? What was that?
How long are you in the park for?
Just for the day.
1 day?
Yeah.
You just keep that somewhere handy. If you go through a park pass check, just
show them this? Okay.
Do you want a guidebook?
Yeah. Nah, it's, well,
up to you.
That's okay.
What?
Yeah. Thank you. So I got my park pass, and the next thing I'm going to try to do is go find the town area, I guess. Go check it out, and then been part of the morning ride through the park and checking some things out, and then make my way up to Jasper. That's one thing when you're planning a big giant trip like this. You try to do all the research you can, but things are going to change along the way. While this was always on here, there's only so much research and stuff you can do. So the best research is go check it out for yourself. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm planning on having a lot of fun today. Hopefully this weather stays the way it is, because this is about perfect for riding. So I'm rolling into the town of Banff. I missed the sign back there, and they had a pretty neat little welcome sign, but I don't really know where I'm going, so I guess I'll just follow the arrows downtown straight ahead. Alright, so I'm in the town of Banff. I'm going to go check it out a little bit, and then I'm not planning on making a whole lot of stops while riding through the park today. If I see something interesting, I'm going to pull over and check it out. Otherwise, I'm just going to enjoy my ride. Now, for some reason, my Garmin decided to crap out. I need to do a little research on it real quick. I think there's a way to reset it. It's happened once before. Like I said, I've got my phone, though. It works okay. I just like having the visual aid of the Garmin. Man, walking down Caribou Street back there, I smelled some amazing food. Stopped into Starbucks. They had the new series of mug. There's another one, it's like a 7-minute walk down the street, so I'm gonna go check it out. If that's all they have in town, well, that's what I'm gonna end up with, but hopefully I'm able to find the original series. So this Starbucks is actually in a grocery store, and they will not tolerate disrespect. Alright, so not only did they not have the You Are Here series mug, they didn't even have the Banff You've Been Here series, or Been There series, whatever the hell it is. So I'm gonna walk back down to the other one to go pick it up. They did have like Canada and Alberta there, so I guess I gotta go stand in line. Man, this town of Banff, I'll put up there with Jackson Hole, is a place I'd really like to get back to. What's fun about going on big motorcycle trips like this is you get to check these places out. What sucks is you only have so much time, so it'll go down on a list, and hopefully next time I'll be able to spend, a couple days here. Before I left Banff, I switched up gloves and went with my lighter weight ones because the temperature started to rise a little bit, and I also got rid of my base layer that I had on over top my t-shirt but underneath my jacket. I'm kind of wishing I would have left it on because the temperatures dropped back down into the low 60s again, and when you're moving at 90, 100 kilometers an hour, it's a little chilly, but it's not bad. I expect it'll warm up here in a little bit. Hit a few little slowdowns. There's a bunch of RVs, a bunch of campers out. I get it. And some of these hills that are a little bit more of an incline, they slow down going up them. But it's no big deal. We've got plenty of passing zones, and I got 160 horsepower on tap where, I can pick a few vehicles off at a time to speed things up just a little, making my way up to Jasper. Seems we got a little bit of stopped traffic up here. We've got a construction area, so it might be sitting for a couple of minutes. but that's okay. It's a really nice day. I did not mean for that to rhyme. Some guy just went down in the bushes. I think he has to pee. Anyway, it looks like we're going to be stopped here for a little bit of time. I know there's some road work going on. My guess is it's down to one lane. It's probably a pilot car, so this is not hot out. Well, while we stopped here, I decided to dick around with my Garmin and it started working again, so that's good news. So we were probably stopped there 15-20 minutes. It wasn't anything major. But the cool part about that was, aside from getting the GPS to work, is I met a really nice gentleman behind me from England. He's actually still behind me right now, and we got to talking there a little bit. He's headed up to Jasper for a few more days, and then eventually they'll fly out of Calgary in about a week. So anyway, it was really nice to talk to him. He asked, he saw that I had the GoPro and stuff on, and I told him that, yeah, I am recording the trip, and I'm going to write a book about it. So he said he'd look me up, so... He's got a two-wheeled rider sticker, so it should be easy enough to do. I hope I hear from him. He seemed like a real nice guy. So anyway, let's see here. It's about 11:30 a.m. where I currently am. And I've still got about 6.5 hours of riding left to do, according to the GPS, which is just putting out all sorts of glare right now. 334 miles left to cover today. But I got to tell you, the riding's been awesome so far. The views have been spectacular. And I'll get to Grande Prairie when I get to Grande Prairie in a big hurry, especially since it seems like the sun doesn't set till damn near 10 p.m. up here anyway. Now, I think I mentioned this morning there was a chance of some isolated storms, isolated showers. You can see I got some dark clouds up above, but I am headed north and it looks like they're probably headed east, so if I can get past these, yeah, we should be all right, at least in regards to these clouds. Well, I may have spoke too soon. We got a few drops coming down, but this can't last too long, and it's definitely not going to be severe considering we've got blue skies right up ahead. So maybe it'll wash a few of the bugs off my my windshield up here. But other than that, I don't think it's going to amount to much. It's probably going to be hard to see unless someone goes across. But if you look up there, you see that silver band. That's a guardrail. And that's where we're going to be riding to next. Let's hope maybe a car or something go by and you catch a little bit of light. But it's not going to happen. Holy crap, what an amazing view. Wow. I missed the sign back there, but we did just roll into Jasper National Park. Do look like we've got some clouds forming over there. I've got the rain gear if I need it. I almost pulled over back there to put the rain gear on, but it looks like it's staying off to the east. We'll see. It was windy as crap back there too. I just saw a sign back the road. I've got right around 60 miles left to go to get to the actual town of Jasper. Once I get there, I'm going to fuel up the bike and go ahead and grab a little bit to eat and then continue on my way up to Grande Prairie, and I should be able to make it in on that tank of fuel to Grande Prairie. Alright, so I'm in the town of Jasper. Man, take a look at that backdrop there. There's a gas station right here. So I'm going to go get some fuel for the bike first and then try to go find something to eat. It shouldn't be that hard to do. It's just finding a spot to park. Alright, fuel's topped off. Alright, got all the expensive stuff on the bike locked up in the top case and went ahead and threw the cover on it. Just Mainly keep the sun off, keep eyes away from it, because there still are some bags sitting on the bike. Nothing real expensive, but I trust the people in Canada as much as I trust the people in the US. Alright, so pretty damn good lunch, excellent service. Best part was I got to stare out the window at my bike to make sure it was safe. I've got about 4 hours left to go to get to Grande Prairie. Got a full tank of gas, so let's get to riding.
Alright, so I turned on 40 just a few miles ago, and I'll take that pretty much all the way to Grande Prairie tonight. I've got 194 miles left to Grande Prairie, and then once I get there, my hotel is like a mile down the road. There are a lot of dump trucks pulling, I guess you call them other dump beds behind them, trying to climb these hills, and they're slowing down to as slow as 25-30 miles an hour before they even get up to the top. So fortunately, there are some passing areas, and even when there aren't passing areas, they're going so slow you can get right around them. So this is probably the roughest road conditions I've seen so far, aside from where there's been construction and stuff. But there's definitely plenty of ruts and holes, and you can tell this road's been well used. I'm almost to, I guess it's pronounced Grand Cache here in Alberta. I'm going to stop. I don't really need fuel or anything. I'm just going to stretch, maybe use the restroom real quick. And then I've got just about 2 hours left to go. I've covered, since leaving Jasper, I've covered over 130 miles, and I got about 100 and, well, it says 118 left to go. So
You gotta check out this license plate. George Strait.
alright, so that Esso station here in Grand Cache, really clean bathrooms. I was impressed, and the staff was friendly. So I literally only stopped for less than 5 minutes. I want to get on down the road here and get to my stop for the night. I made it about, I don't know, maybe a mile or two out of town, and we've got more road construction, and we're basically sitting at a stoplight. I guess we're waiting on the next batch to come through. Looks like we're going back off-road again. If they go much slower, I'm gonna have to get off and push the bike. Supposedly that's the end of construction. We'll see for how long. Alright, so rolling into Grande Prairie right now. My hotel is a little over 3.5 miles up here on the left. I saw a welcome sign. The town's a little bit bigger than I thought. It's over 68, nearly 69,000 in population. So I think they have a Walmart, which I need to hit up later, so that's cool. But let's get down here and see if we can find the hotel, get a shower, and then go find some grub.
Alright guys, so got settled into the hotel room, not really doing much of anything tonight. There's a Subway next door. I just went on in there and grabbed something real quick because kind of ate lunch late, didn't eat till like 2 o'clock. It was a pretty big lunch, so not real hungry, but still need to eat something. Just gonna kind of rest up for tonight. Tomorrow's ride is gonna be about 20 miles longer than what today's was, so not a huge difference. So gonna rest up here in the room, and we'll be in Alaska in about 2-3 more days.